Hello, everybody. I'm Brooke Teisui McNamara, and I'm here with my dear friend and Dharma sister, Lisa Genki. You want to say hi, Lisa?
Hi, everyone. So happy to be here.
We're just hopping on to make a short recording of a conversation because we want to explore why we're so excited to be hosting our upcoming Tasting Aliveness retreat in Vancouver, October 24th through the 27th. It's like a mini retreat called Tasting Aliveness, coming home to this very life. And it's going to be a combination of a lot of stillness, a lot of meditation, a lot of quiet. And we're going to explore in a moment why we find that so valuable. And then also a lot of practice interpersonally with other participants, getting to explore what it's like to be in a relationship with other people around what matters most to us. And then some movement practice and some aliveness practice, which will involve our creativity, but it's accessible for all levels. You don't have to be an artist to engage. So we find this combination of practices incredibly life-giving and necessary at this moment on Earth. And we wanted to share a little bit why we care so much. So I wanted to start by asking you, Lisa, how stillness and silence practices have been valuable for you.
Mhm. Yeah, what I notice is like when you just even ask the question, like, why is stillness and silence so important? Even just the words, I feel this relaxing in my nervous system. And so I think what feels so urgent about stillness and silence is that there is so much busyness that I experience in my own internal world. I mean, it's easy to see the busyness outside of outside of our minds and in the world around us. The polarization and the conflict and the intensity and the bombardment of messaging from our phones and our computers and the kind of the news cycle. But also, there's so much that I've experienced of my own internal busyness. So, my own racing thoughts, or the inner critic, or my own anxiety. That actually, the practice of getting still and getting quiet feels both radical and urgent, like so important for my own well being. It's almost as if I can't really know what to do until I actually get centered, slow down, and get quiet. And there's something incredibly nourishing about just the act of sitting still. So I think that's a big part of it. It's like the ways that I can be a mom, or be a coworker, be a partner, be a friend, are so supported by just the act of getting still, of meditation, and particularly doing it with other people. So it's great. I sit on my own a lot. I sit on my own most mornings, sometimes online with other people. But when physical bodies get together, we're so um, tuned into each other that the act of sitting still together is this. It's a profound space where nothing's happening and yet everything is happening at the same time. And so these times where I can retreat and take time to, whether it's a weekend, whether it's an evening or a weekend, or a week-long retreat where I can really get into a meditation practice, I can enter my life with a renewed experience of the vitality that's available to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some of what I mean, who knew I mean, I'm not a natural sitter. I will say this didn't come natural to me. So it's like I had to work at it. But when there was this moment where it was like I could feel myself being drawn to sitting rather than making myself do it. And it's like this thing that I get called to my cushion. And it's this place where I get to just be totally present to exactly what's present, what's here in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I love all the stillness, and I love what we're doing in our, in our practice, and what we're going to be doing at this retreat is both sitting, being still, being silent, and pairing that with interpersonal practice and movement and aliveness practices.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you could speak to what excites you about like that flip side of the same coin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can relate to so much of what you shared in terms of the nourishment of just sitting, the permission to do a little less and then a little less and then a little less and just let reality unfold as it is in this moment. So that's all very vivid for me as well. And I don't know if we introduced, we said our names, but we're practitioners of and teachers of Zen Buddhism in the White Plum lineage. And so we do meditate a lot um, for ourselves and for our communities and for all beings. And then we also have dynamic lives. We're both mothers. We both write poetry. We both have husbands. You know, we have friends and dynamic lives full of relationships. And so what I love is on retreat, getting really settled through meditation and really connected to just who I am right now and who we are before language, just sitting together quietly. And for me, intuition really starts to become available. Like I just can sense what's needed. It's not anything too fancy or magical. It's just kind of what's so as we just start to sense each other more, I think. And so as we all settle and as our instincts and intuition kind of ripen and blossom, it's really amazing and nourishing to have conversations in interpersonal practice time where we're exploring questions that can really inspire our hearts. Like just yesterday, we had an event here in Boulder, and I was facilitating people connecting about, what are they letting go of? And then what are they letting go into as they let go of that? And then what are they letting go in terms of movement? What are they letting go and flow through them? So these different qualities of letting go, and just watching people go around and connect about this and like let down their guards and laugh and tear up and basically just kind of flower as who they are. It's, we meditated for the first half, and the second half we had these explorations, and by the end people's faces were just shining. And it's like, that's who we are, and it doesn't mean we don't argue, and it doesn't mean we don't disagree, and it doesn't mean we don't have differences. That's all included. But when all of that uniqueness is shining out of a foundation of one mind that we realize through meditation, there's just nothing better, I think, than we're so ready for the natural activity of compassion in our lives. So that's the interpersonal stuff. Movement, that's just letting our bodies wake up and be what they are and play and stretch and yawn and um, get a little invigorated. And then the aliveness practice, that's basically just going to be writing and simple creative impulses and prompts, nothing too crazy, but just to get our imaginations online also, because our imaginations can get a bad rap, but they're really important for considering new possibilities in our lives and for our world. So I think all of it together as a whole picture, the stillness and the play and the conversation and the movement, I just think it's, like you said, it's necessary. It's not an indulgence or a luxury. It's really necessary human practice so that we can let compassion move us really naturally. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe I'll say as we close that what's so exciting about these practices is that, we're creating something, but it really is about being co-created with whoever comes to this retreat. And so we just want to invite those of you who feel called or feel moved to find out more. We'll put all the links in the notes, but please reach out with questions. And really, this is an invitation for us to just come home to who we are and to what's possible when we do this collectively. and how we might live in a way that's more in alignment with our true nature, and that's more in alignment with the true nature of those around us, and how we can support each other in the intensity of these moments and this time that we're in.
Yeah, we hope you'll join us if you feel called, and reach out with any questions. Hope to
Yeah.
see you.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. Much love.
Take care. Bye bye.